And welcome back to the Secret World, everybody. We are going to get back right into where we left off. I know relatively which arc I want to go towards now, so if anyone wants to have their fortune told, I think you know where I'm going with this. Let's begin with finishing off some of these side quests we have, though. We have The Curious Case of Joe Slater. That's where we picked up all those manuscripts or pieces of report on the ground. Now all we have to do is come over here and read it. Shut up, lady. Sorry for touching the mic. Session 1, Part 1 to 3. First time seeing Joe Slater. Believe he's always suffered from mild hypomania? This business with the Lady Margaret has just brought into the fore. What? To the fore. Oh, the forefront. Session 2. Hypnosis was a bust. Joe doesn't want to remember whatever happened to him out there. I got him speaking in tongues. Well, a tongue called around the Harvard boys. They say it's old Icelandic. Now where the hell does a townie pick that up? Session 3. Paranoid episodes are becoming more violent, not towards others, towards himself. Convinced he's being hunted, convinced he's changing. Session 4. He self-harmed last night, lacerated his arm and chest, claimed he was trying to cut out the new skin. Session 5. I'm seeing a serious physical reaction in his self-harming. It's beyond me now. All I can give him are sedatives. He needs secure care. Sorry for the poor reading, by the way. Anything like small handwritings and weird cursives are not my friend. That wasn't cursive, I know, but it's... I'm sorry, I don't read that well out loud. Field report thing, cool, we're getting a good amount of experience. And it looks like we got some AP. Very good. That's what we needed. So let's do some upgrading real quick. I would like to do my weapons. So we have another Chaos Focus. You see, this one's Destruction. That's Restoration. Yeah, I don't care about that. Like I've said in the past, I want to do them one by one. Because then we, you know, move towards that daily thing, which I thought would have happened right there. Next, let's do our belt. There. That's what I wanted. What else? We have a necklace, and now it doesn't matter if we do them together or not. And that is that. And what are you exactly? 500 experience to a talisman. Sure, why not? Let's put it in the belt. Things quite nice. Boom. Okay, and lastly, before we move on, I want to buy some things. We have 31 AP. I would like to get to... Is this one? I want the... There's one that gives like a column. That sounded really cool. Is it there? No. Breakdown. No. Was it that? Bugger, what was the column thing? Wreak havoc nearby. Turmoil? Extortion? Bugger, I don't know, but, you know, let's actually just finish this top row if we can. We can, and we get an ultimate. So we get Breakdown, which is focus your kinetic energy in a series of 4 hits. I believe Schism is 3? Yeah, split into... Wait, is it? Sorry, no, Deconstruct is 3. 3 for 19. Breakdown is 4 for 42 each. That's... weirdly similar, but okay. And the Pandemonium. It's an AoE. Unfurl the full extent of your chaotic ability or power that resides in all things. Nearby enemies are caught up in the swell of power and are dealt a lot of damage as they are flung to the ground. Let's move over to the passives. Let's see. What's this thing called? That is Breakdown and Pandemonium. I believe that will just be this whole line. Yes, let's just do this whole top row. Well, as much as we can, I should say. This one will go towards our entropy, which is a thing we've used before. It's the one that makes it stronger. For remainder of the entropy duration, the damage bonus increased to 24% as opposed to 8%, something like that. So let's snag that. This thing is going to give us 38 defense. And do we have enough for this one? We have perfect amount, so we have 19 hit rating. Our next thing will go into Breakdown, which is Disintegrate, which will be neat. Oh, that's neat. That's our new ultimate. Very cool. It looks like it's on an 18-second cooldown. So, what I would like to do next, before just showing some stuff off, we need to show off our 2 key. So let's do that right quickly. This is our 4 hit. Nothing? Really? Come on. Okay, this is my 3rd time doing this. I'm sorry. So yes, earlier in the episode, you'll see we were having some lag. So that was about 1 in the morning yesterday. So I stopped playing. It is now 2 in the afternoon. Lag seems to be gone. Did a little killing just to test it. However, I did do a few things off camera by accident because I didn't realize I hadn't loaded up my actual Fraps recording software. Then the second time I tried it, I had my mic on mute. So that's annoying. So this is round 3 at this part. I'll show you the few things I did accidentally off camera, but they're not much. I hit Shift P, which opens up our sprint and pets. By the way, let's get our cat out. Freckles, welcome back. So sprint, I leveled it up to sprint level 2, which we're now sprinting at 162.5% speed as opposed to 150. To get to our next level, we need 20,000 of the marks of favor, because I'm not going to buy this actual real money currency. You see we have 9,700, so we'll get there eventually by doing Shift J, these objectives. And since I'm a patron, I will get additional, I think it's 20% more marks of favor than other people, I'm not sure, but I think that's about right since the last update. Speaking of that, I think that's why we're lagging previously in the video, i.e. for me, or i.e. or e.g. I forget, but last night. What else did I do? Oh yes, I explained that in the Secret World, which is the original game, down here on Elm Street next to the gas station, there was, or there still is, a post office van or truck. And it used to give you delivery quests to find different areas of the map that were also hubs. Like it would give you a quest to go to where we're going to go now here, as well as to the church. And that's because in the original base game, these markers were not there. You literally had to find people by following the story, as well as just kind of dumb luck for a lot of like things like quests over here that are just like, where the fuck are these things? But with an update to make the game more accessible, they added these things, and in Secret World Legends, they just carried that over, which I think is a really good idea. And the reason I think they moved it from here to there is because just how they implemented a level system, I think it's just safer that way. So I will show you real fast what I'm talking about in terms of the quest, and it's the one I turned in. The Raven's Knock. Neither snow nor rain nor zombies. The mail has probably not been delivered since before the fog. In the current situation, who could blame the Postal Service? Still, receiving packages might lift the spirits of the few remaining survivors on the island. So that pretty much gives you a quest to move right on over here. And it's just a way of saying, hey, before you continue past this, blockade of cars, you should go over here and do this quest. So, 1, you don't out-level it, and 2, you don't run into a place that happens to be a higher level than you should be participating in. So it's kind of a fail-safe. So let's come down here and be like, hey, mean Flea, get out of my video. Actually, you look like a fine, upstanding gentleman, so you can stay. Oh, kitty, what's up? Hey, Freckles. Anyway, Madame Roger, the Raven. Madame Roger has been having dark visions involving ravens. Locate the source of her visions, and while she talks, I'm going to drink my coffee. And I made sure that my mic was not muted. Thanks for the confidence, people.
I sense an alien presence. The fog obscures a terrible truth concealed behind a veil of... Sorry, old habits. Hey, just so you know, I don't do readings anymore. I've been outside. You don't need second sight to foretell our future. We're all doomed. It's not like I'm gonna need the money. It's strange, but it's the dreams that really get to me, not reality. I can handle reality, but those nightmares just... It's like a really annoying song that gets stuck in your head, repeating over and over and over again. The dreams are always about ravens. Thousands of ravens. Flapping wings. Black feathers, dead eyes. beaks and talons tearing and clawing and screeching. Wings of death and pestilence. A black, timeless malice covering Kingsmouth like a funeral shroud. You get the idea. I don't know what any of it means, but it's doing a number on my beauty sleep, I can tell you that.
So real fast, I have decided to actively try to not talk at all during those scenes, since I do kind of harp on how important I think the story is. Like when she said, I don't need the money, I wanted to go, money! Because I like Pink Floyd. But yeah, I might break that every now and then, and I apologize if I do, but that is my goal. Ah, fuck, what did I want to say next before we actually went on this quest? There's a raven, by the way. I don't know, maybe it's in items? Oh, hey, we have a pack. What is this? Health? Oh, it's what we already have, so let's just equip, or sorry, empower that. Since it's also a health belt, we get the 2.5 XP bonus. So this will actually go up 2 levels. Fantastic. Bam! By the way, after this, I want to start working on the tanking abilities because we're getting closer to the Polaris, and I will obviously need to switch over to that. So here we will actually follow the ravens because they will lead the way to what we're doing. You see, we're actually timed. Yeah, we have like a minute, but still. Follow the ravens again, and you just go in the direction that they are. If you don't, you will get lost, and the time will run out, and it'll say go back to the beginning. Here we have a bunch of ravens. Let's go to the ones on the ground. And this is where we see our good friend, the Revenant. Oh yeah, I'm not a sorcerer anymore. Where'd you go? Ah, there you are. Let's see. Let's use our new 2 button. Ooh, singularity! Oh, I was like, are you... Okay. And now you pick up the Revenant feather. And I need a coffee. Oop. Sorry on that, I'd like to mute myself. Now it says, you know, to find the ravens again. Is that them? No, that's a body. It's going to be within this circle. Oh, hey, Lore. Let's go grab that real fast. Because we're not timed for this one. It's only when the ravens fly away that we are timed. And we got... Oh, perfect. One on revenants. Ah, there they are. I do like this quest a lot. I like Madame Roget's quest a good bit. I think she's a lot of fun. And she's very much an exploratory quest giver. Here's some more ravens. Meaning that a lot of her quests have you going all around the map. Like this one's having us, you know, come this way. I believe she has another one that has you go down like there. Which is just a great lead into finding areas. I probably shouldn't have gone to the map, but hey, I found the ravens all the same. And it looks like it is revenant time. And I guess it's nice to have the pistols, because while I'm away, I can... Who's texting me? Oh man, my old drummer's texting me. That's cool, I miss him. I actually need to talk to him because he's a teacher. Ooh, pick up this revenant feather. He's a teacher for music in elementary school for music. And I'm in school to be an elementary teacher. And so one of my assignments for week 3 of my current class, which is next week, is to interview a teacher. And I want to interview him because I like his philosophy on teaching that we've spoken of, you know, in just kind of common terms. But to talk to him on an actual academic level would be really nice about that. So I look forward to that. Ah, come on, get hit, get hit. Yeah, I think he was in it. Where'd you go? Ah, there you are. Oh, is that Mr. Freeze again? We've already killed him, so probably not going to worry about him. And in terms of guns, I think I'm just going to keep this one ability, just so I have ranged. But just not really focus on it, because I don't care. I don't care for the pistols on this character. I'm melee, and I'm okay with that. Did we do the cleaning lady one? Yes, we did. Wait, what is that sheep we just got? Chase away 10 flocks of ravens or something like that? Did we do this one? Oh, we didn't do that one, though. We'll come back to that in a moment. Let's see. So, now we need to find a way to call the revenant. So, if you walk around, you'll see a body. There we go. Mysterious note. So, summon the revenant. So you see, by malevolent spirit, by placing Fragments? I think it says fragments. At point of star. Recent? I can't read that crappy writing. That's hard. Recent? I don't know. But we need to do north, south, east, northwest, southwest. So, north, south, east. Remember that. North, south, east. No, we don't need west. North? My memory is shit, by the way. No. North, south, east, okay. Ah, bugger, wrong button. Hit E instead of F. No. Okay, north, south, east, and then we also need the wests. Oh, but I guess we only had to do 3 of them. And you see the nice little pentagram sigil, which is not necessarily a symbol of the devil, but a symbol of magic for sure. Oopsie. See, that is why I should definitely... Where'd you go? Go into another weapon source, because I just blew, like, all my reserves right there. So I had, like, no energy to do anything. Let's see. Control R. 'Tis not the wind, I'm afraid. The revenant is an old enemy of ours, a creature that smells death and sorry, this text is small, and foretells further misery. We have received similar reports in this in the past. One Miss Rose White has an encounter much like yours. How this creature is tied to the park in Kingsmith is another thing entirely, and something we should look into further. If there is a way to use information to our benefit, we can certainly find it. If you've played the game The Park, I think that might be the character you play as. I'm not sure. Though I do know that, the park came after the Secret World. I just don't know, what was in concept. Let's open up this loot bag. This is a heal rating necklace. We're not using those because we're not a healer. But since we're over here, before we go back to Madame Roger, let's pick up these side quests. iPhone home. You find an abandoned cell phone. Despite having a cracked screen and being wet, the phone still seems to work. The owner is still alive. He or she will probably be happy to have it back. So we need to make sure to pick up the cell phone. It's one of my few gripes with this game, really, is that picking up a quest doesn't actually give you the item, so it's easy to kind of forget sometimes. And then also the tentacle trail. Rotting squid fills the cartons and stench rips at the nostrils. Someone or something has a taste for putrid squid, and several boxes have been pulled off the truck and emptied. Follow the trail to find out what's snacking on the smelly squid.
Visual tracking initiated.
Damn right it's initiated. Even though, in the base game it didn't do that, and it's like, well, just follow the boxes, you're fine. Let's kill these bad guys because, well, if we kill 50 bad guys, we do one of those completions. How far are we into that, by the way? Only 17. Okay, that's fine. But I mean, most enemies are grouped in like 3s and 4s, so it won't take long at all, especially with singularities happening. Lovely. Oh, we've already killed 500 zombies. Isn't that something? I feel so strong. Sorry. By the way, I would really appreciate if in the comments you guys could tell me if my volume is good or not. Because when I rewatch the videos, for me, the game volume, the game dialogue volume, the music, and my voice seem fine. But I also kind of tune out my own voice a little bit because, well, I don't like my own voice. So real quick, you come over here, box of squid, and examine it, and we'll find out just what has been snacking. But yeah, let me know so I can, try to make adjustments as needed, whether it's my voice volume needs to go down, whether some part of the game volume needs to go up or down, like just the combat music is too loud, or the NPC's dialogue's not loud enough kind of thing. Well, that was easy. It's a field report, so nothing to read here. Let's just do iPhone home real quick. So it's down there. So let's just run on over there, and then we'll go back to Madame Roger. Let me see, I'm technically at 20 minutes now because the other video was 6. So I have about 10 minutes left in this video. Bugger. Because I think the next quest for Roger takes some time, and I don't want to cut videos mid-quest, but that's bound to happen, so might as well get used to it now, right? Right. And I think you guys will be fine with it. Videos like this I try to post like every couple days, so you won't have to wait too long. And I plan to get into a more regular habit for this game to try to post at least 2 a week, maybe 3, but to try to make a real regular schedule for this game, because it is an MMO. It is relatively new and fresh in its current state, at least. So I don't want it to be, you know, a casual approach like I do with most of my other LPs, because, well, they are. Certainly I do this for fun, but I mean, you know, I've never LP'd a recent game, so this is cool. So we come over here, do the scribbled note. Gone skating, Danny. And so anyone that... Oh, cool, we just put the cell phone in the mailbox. Okay, I thought we'd actually go find Danny, because he is at the skate park. And another field report, and bam. Now that we have 2. Alright, we've got a weapon, so let's put that in. And it'll go up a level, very good. And that is another healing necklace, which is useless to us aside for that process. And we completed a mission. How many of those did we get? We got 1,200 marks, that's pretty good. And did my voice just break? I'm not sure. What's this quest? Oh, we're still finding people. Gotcha. We'll do... Oh, well, actually, let's kill them for the progress bonus. But we will continue on Dawning of an Endless Night. Probably right after... what's her name? Madame Roger, I believe her name was. Oh, cool. That's the kill quest. Very good. So now we're already up to 1330. Hit the sprint button. Are we not on the right street? We're not on the right street. I was like, who are you? I wonder, do I unlock clothing on all characters or just... Yeah, just the one I play. Because I've unlocked a decent amount of clothing on Soulkrist. And I was going to wear some of it had I done so. But it seems I have to unlock it on Vladessa on her own, which is fine. It makes sense. Plus, I like this trickster outfit. I think it looks good. And why did I undo my sprint? Anywho, I don't know. Let's see. So back to Madame Roger. So I need to stop around the 24 mark. I'll just splice up. And now, the vision. Madame Roger has a vision of your future. Follow the vision. This is one of those fun quests where it doesn't actually give you points on the map. You just have to figure it out.
It was always about deception. The crystal ball, the gypsy clothes, the fake accent. Cheap props to make the fortune cookies easier to swallow. My customers, they bought into it because they wanted to. If there's no free will, if it's all about fate, life is a whole lot simpler. We can just say, hey, it was meant to be, and get on with it. That's the key to fortune telling. That's why people fall for it. We're all prisoners of our search for a higher meaning. It's all about mutual deception. I never believed I was telling people anything they didn't already know. Until now. I have waking dreams. Visions. I see auras. Auras! Yours, by the way, is bright enough to blind me. I see through the eyes of others. I can even see into the future, for real. The paths of fate, clear as day. It's almost like I've become who I've pretended to be all these years. Or maybe I'm just going crazy. I could be going crazy. I wouldn't blame myself if I was going, oh, great. Here we go again. I'm having another vision. They come and go like headaches. I can't really control them. Quick, before it passes. I see your twin paths. One leads to salvation, the other to defeat. I see black tendrils rising to embrace you. Voices whispering in your ear. Corruption from within and from without. Something rising from the bottomless deep to devour us all. To turn day into night. Sorry. I see something else. Our paths intertwine, converge, and at the end of it, Exodus. Inescapable, permanent, fated. On the tip of the pyramid, your path shall be revealed. That's as good as it's gonna get. Make of it what you will. Sometimes I get more visions, like the aftershocks of an earthquake. If that happens, I'll let you know. You won't even have to pay my usual fee. Let's call it a freebie, sweetie.
So that quest dialogue alone I've always found incredibly fascinating. Final location from Madame Rouget's vision. The clue she gave us was at the tip of the pyramid it'll be revealed. So we see on our map we have a place called Pyramid Point. I think that might be as good of a place to search. I'm going to just leap right away towards Norma Creed's area because, well, it's faster, so why not? And I think we're going to ignore side quests that we see. Maybe not, but we'll see kind of as we go. Did we already do that quest though? Oh, that was the mutilated body quest. Yeah, we've done that. Get out of my face, people! That's right. That's right. Anyhow, that whole quest it's very in depth. You know, she said stuff about whispers in the ear and truth and deception. I don't know for sure, but my speculation is that that is linked to the if you remember the tutorial of the game, that woman we spoke to in white, well, she also has another counterpart, a man in black. Oh, we already did the flares? Awesome. And I believe that's who she's talking about. I know the game wants you to believe that the woman in white is the good guy and the man in black is the bad guy, but I just don't know. I just don't know. I choose to believe that the man in black is possibly the good guy, just being weird about it. It's a hard one, really, because I've not gotten past Transylvania, so I don't actually have proof, unfortunately. But she also said our paths intertwine at the end.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
Okay, might as well. What are you? You're a cultist? No. Might as well do this one. It's easy enough. Just a quick 4 kill. I'm curious, you know, is she going to pop up near the end of the story scenario? Because, you know, this game has to have some kind of story ending. And I believe it does or will, if it does not yet. So I'm really curious, you know, to see what that might be. And will she pop back up? Is what they said, or what she said, true? And will the game designers remember that they said something so prophetic? Or is it just something being said for the current? And this is another time field report. What do we get? A belt. Let's upgrade that literally on the run. Very good. So I want to go to the tip of the pyramid point. Now this quest, I do believe I had to look up the first time I ever did it.
I had another vision. Shadows. Long shadows. From the old boughs of the fairy forest. The flickering lights of the foolish fire guiding your path. Come, come, they beckon. Does this make any sense to you?
Yep. So as I was saying, I had to look up this part, not the rest of the quest. The rest of the quest I actually did on my own. It was just the very beginning because I think I only played the game like this, so I couldn't read any of this shit. I could not read the map until I was like, I should zoom in and be like, oh, look at that. So now, whisking whatever kind of flickering lights, well, we did run through the Wispwood. And I remember figuring that on my own, being like, oh shit, those things, like, we were in the woods, and there were weird will-o-wisp light things. So that just made me really proud to figure that out on my own. I was still living in San Diego when I first played The Secret World, so I had to be in my early 20s. And really the hardest game I'd played at that point was like World of Warcraft, which is not a hard game. Like, I don't even know if they have puzzles, really, especially in the old. It was just, everything was so easy. It was, the only difficulty really was, did you read something or do you know where a location is? But it wasn't, you know, anything mystic or... God, these are dying fast. I love it. And we're just one more. Okay. And there's another one of those kill quests done. That big floaty one, we already killed it at the end of the long episode, I believe. I think that's actually how we end it. So I think we just need to approach the tree, actually. Yep, there we go.
Guess what? More visions. This time there's bees. The incessant buzzing of bees. And flowers. Flowers blooming out of season. To mark the path ahead.
Okay, now this one I actually do recall having to look up this step, but the rest I believe I did not. And it's very simple. You just have to kind of remember the beginning. At Agartha, and right when you step into Kingsmouth, there are bees, because our powers essentially revolve around bees.
They keep coming.
See?
The visions. It's exhausting. Now I see an angel. Guarding hollowed ground. Sword in hand to ward off evil and to guide the way.
So yeah, this is where flowers are blooming out of season, though I only really see one little thing of, or I guess there's another thing of flowers, but it's not a lot. And I don't personally hear bees. Yeah, I don't hear the bees, I just see them, obviously, but without being fully knowledgeable, you might be like, oh, it's just some kind of regular bug. As soon as she said the next part, though, I was like, oh, an angel in hollowed ground, it's got to be a cemetery, so we're going to port to the church. And I think at the same time we might do the frickin' side quest we have in here, which is really rather simple. Let's get away from me, you slackers. I don't know why I call them slackers, but it's whatevs. So in here, go to the graveyard. Let's get some dearly departed out of our way. Let's skedaddle a little bit. Punch you a little bit. And then you just have to come through these graves and read them. However, there's actually a very good telltale sign of which is the right one to choose. Boom, son! Ooh, a helicopter. You can hear it. I would look up, but I'm busy. Right here, because there is a hat on this grave. I believe it's a Mr. Freezy hat, actually, who we've already killed. But we're looking for Eric and Mindy's grave. Eric and Mindy, bound by death in 1875. Return the severed hand to the grave. Gross. We've been carrying that around. And then examine the hat. I don't get that part, but okay. Another field report, so nothing really. Let's open these. I think one's a weapon. Yes, elemental. Don't care too much about that, though. Not on this character, I should say. Belt. Upgrade. Boom. Shove everything to the left. And there we go. Okay. So, if you're in the graveyard... Really, guys? Come on. I'll just use my ultimate on you. There you go. Hurts, doesn't it? Bet it does. Actually, I need to call the episode right here. Sorry. Guys, I'll see you in the next episode. That's actually going to continue right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in just one moment.